Hey guys, it's the Final Chef here, and just wondering, how many times have you all ever gone to make pancakes or something? You get a craving for a nice, fluffy, light, but really nice and thick and just tall pancake. You make a beautiful pancake batter, and all of a sudden you put it on the griddle, and it just spreads apart, becomes super flat, super thin, and they still taste good, but they could be fluffier. Now today I'm going to show you how to make super fluffy, thick, delicious pancakes. They'll come out probably about an inch to 2 inches tall every time. They're absolutely delicious, super simple. So to do that, what we're going to start off with is a cup and a half of all-purpose flour in our bowl. And then to that, we're going to add 3.5 teaspoons of baking powder, a tablespoon of sugar, and then a teaspoon of salt. If you're using unsalted butter like I am, you can put a little more salt in. It'll be okay. If you're using salted butter, just go with a teaspoon. Just going to stir that around a little bit with a fork just to get it incorporated together like that. Put this aside for a second. Now I have right here a cup of milk. I use whole milk. You can use whichever. I have a little bit of vanilla. I don't really measure this out. I love the taste, the aroma of vanilla in baked goods, so I tend to do a little bit more. But just whatever you think is good. I'm going to do that. We have one scrambled egg. We're going to put that in there. And then we have melted butter. We have 3 tablespoons of melted butter. What we're going to do is we're going to start stirring the milk into 1 cup to get everything incorporated. And then we're going to slowly add the butter. Just going to get this all nice and incorporated. And then we are going to put it into our dry ingredients. Like so. And now we're going to use a spatula and we're just going to fold this into each other until it's just combined. Now, you are using less liquid for this recipe, so this batter is going to come out thicker, but that is actually what we want. We want it to come out thicker so that they don't spread as easily when they're on the pan. Okay, so as you can see, my batter is nice and together. Like I said, it's a little bit thicker. It's also going to thicken as it sits, but again, that's what we want. Now, if you don't have one, I'm going to be using an electric griddle to cook with just because I like to use it for the pancakes. I can control the temperature on a degree level. If you don't have it, you can use any old frying pan you have, any pan like that, and I'll be back in a minute. So I have my electric griddle here. It's been sprayed with some cooking spray. It's heated up to 375 degrees. That's the temperature we want to cook pancakes. If you have it too low, they're going to take a while to cook. They're going to start to dry up. They're going to get tough, chewy, not too good. If you have it too high, obviously they're going to burn before the inside cooks. If you don't have an electric griddle like this, use any frying pan that you use for pancakes and just get it up to the temperature that you usually do. If you can't get it to exactly 375. So this mix that I have here, as you can see, it's been sitting for a couple minutes. It almost looks like a dough, like a bread dough, really wet one. But anyway, we're going to get 8 pancakes out of here. You're just going to scoop them evenly. Don't expect perfect circles out of this because, like I said, it's not going to spread. You might actually have to help it spread a little bit. But it's going to get us some nice fluffy pancakes. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so I apologize. I lied. I was able to get 6 out of here with probably enough batter in the bowl to make one more small one. But anyway, and if you don't want to use your finger to spread out the pancakes, you can use a spoon or whatever. I just like to use my finger because I have the most control over that. So now we're going to let these cook. Unlike normal pancakes, these are so thick, bubbles are not going to come to the top. It's really looking at the sides and just seeing when they start to form a nice little crust, they dry out a little bit. That's when we'll know they're ready to flip. And don't worry if the first one you flip is not beautiful, not perfect. That's normally the test one. That's just to see where the pancakes are at, see if they're ready or not. Okay. So about another 30 seconds, they should be set to flip. When you're going to flip, use a spatula. I prefer a metal one because the plastic can tend to run into this a little bit because it's a thicker edge at the end, and it might get a little bit of the batter off, but I like to use a flat. Okay, and they are ready to flip now. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to go down the line, flip the rest of them. And because these are not aerated, it is okay if when you flip them, there's that kind of smacking sound when they hit it. It's perfectly fine. These aren't aerated, so that's not going to deflate them in any way. We're going to let them cook the rest of the way, and I'll show you the final product. So these are now ready to come off. As you can see, they've developed this beautiful golden brown hue on the bottom. They're cooked all the way through. And the best part of these, as I said before, is that these are just absolutely good inch and a half thick. So once we stack these up, you can actually get a good idea just how thick they are. So this is 6 of them stacked up, as you can see. It is a much taller stack than your average pancake. Beautiful golden brown, cooked all the way through. And my favorite part is if you open them up, they're just beautiful, soft, velvety, delicious, super fluffy, super airy. And yeah, just by adding slightly less liquid, you can get these beautiful, amazingly thick pancakes. But that's going to do it for me, the Flannel Chef. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. Feel free to make them. Let me know how they come out. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you like what you see. It really helps me out. And I'll see you all next time. Have a great night.